Welcome to the Digital Customer, where we share strategies, insights, and tactics to help you grow your organization and improve your digital customer experience. So hi everyone, welcome to our podcast. We are literally in episode 1. This is our thoughts and ideas and insights, not only on marketing, design, brand analytics, digital marketing, but we're going to be sharing our background and experience, and also we're going to be interviewing some of the best people in the industry. So we thank you for coming along with us on this journey. And today we just wanted to take episode 1 to introduce Pixeloute, not just to you all, but just to the wider sphere of people that are listening to us today. So I'm here with our technical director, Gary. My name is Leif Wallace, for those of you who do not know who I am. And I think we should just take it away, don't you think?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Pixeloute and what it is. And I suppose you've been here longer than I have.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to share, maybe a bit of the history of Pixeloute and who we are.
Okay, so Pixeloute, in a sense, has been an idea of mine ever since I was at university. I graduated the year of the recession, and this idea of I think throughout uni, working for myself and then starting and doing web design to keep me through uni has always pushed me through. But throughout the years, I kind of stopped. You have a passion, you have an idea, and then for some reason, now you need to pay bills.
Right.
So it's like you get backtracked a bit, but this kind of idea of design work and doing things for customers, the type of people I was working with, was always at the core of what I believe and what really inspired me. And then in 2016, and towards tail end of 2016, obviously our business partner Fabian, I came to him with the idea of Pixeloute.
Right.
And our goals have matured and grown, and the direction has grown as well. And I had been doing UX design for a number of years now, and I really presented to him the idea of this kind of agency consultancy model, and it's really matured ever since then. But as an organization, even though we started towards the tail end of 2016, we have a lot of experience, and we're working with some amazing clients since we've begun as well.
Okay. And so how would you describe Pixeloute today? What would you say Pixeloute is right now?
Yeah, so Pixeloute is a digital customer experience consultancy.
Okay.
And
what does that mean for the audience?
Okay, for the audience. So for digital customer experience, we know that at this present moment in time, the way that customers experience digital is rapidly changing. I mean, the touch points that we're interfacing with is rapidly increasing. So many people start their journey on one platform, move to another platform to complete their journey, especially within e-commerce. And we are choosing to kind of take the initiative on to improve the customer experience, especially for the e-commerce industry. Right. We're taking it on our backs to say, not only do we want to personalize that experience, but we want to improve the experience on the actual channels that customers interface with. So whether that's in store for the customer, or whether it's actually on the iPad or on the desktop or on the mobile experience, we want to improve the omnichannel experience. And on top of that, we want to help the actual customers that we work with, the clients that we work with, to have the analytics to know how what we've suggested or what we've implemented is actually impacting their business.
Okay.
So we're really about return on investment as well.
So what would you say are the areas that we focus on primarily, and how do we deliver value to our customers?
Well, our core areas that we focus on is not only in our consultancy, but very strategic consultancy. So UX design is where we start with a lot of what we do, strategy, start from there. Then we move into digital delivery, digital marketing, and brand analytics. Those are kind of the 4 core areas of what we do as an organization.
All right, okay. And I think that's, given the market that we've entered, we've been seeing the need from a lot of our clients in terms of the different stages they are in their business and how they approach, both approaching new customers, understanding their existing customers, and really trying to retain and, almost build on the relationships with the customers that they have. And it's interesting for us to really sort of focus on how we can deliver value at all the different stages of that life cycle. So if someone was to ask you, what are the key problems that we set out to solve? Are there any kind of trends or problems that we commonly see that our customers have that we try to address? Yes.
So it's an unusual one. So when I say unusual one, because I believe that we can, at its core, improve the lead generation to customers. So not only how customers actually get to your site, I believe we can strategically solve that problem. But also the conversion. So when they land on your site, whether it's on an iPad or a desktop or a mobile, how do you actually take that person from being a cold customer to a warm customer? Or how do you take them from being potentially a warm customer where they kind of know a bit about you, and to like a really hot customer where they're actually buying from you, they're purchasing. Right. There's that brand loyalty where they actually, there's solid retention where they want to pass you on to friends, associates, colleagues, co-workers, family members. Our kind of core of what we do is not only just getting people to your site, but also, the conversion there, the optimization of your sites as well. Right. To improve that,
Okay. And why do you feel that customer experience or digital customer experience is becoming a topic that is more discussed, being more thought about? Yes. Why are more brands kind of really starting to think about customer experience as something that they need to be kind of considering? Yeah,
well, with so much happening, especially online, with more and more organizations in the e-commerce space actually realizing the potential of e-commerce. For example, I was looking at some trends for China. China is going to become, if not the most dominant country when it comes onto e-commerce. They say at least about a third of all e-commerce transactions are going to be just from China alone. Right. And it's a multi-billion-dollar industry as e-commerce is booming and growing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like as a lot of customers are realizing that they can interface with your brand in so many different touch points. I can actually be on Facebook and make a purchase, for example. Yeah. I could be on your website and make a purchase. I could start my journey on my desktop at work, add your products to a wish list, then go home, browse a bit more on an iPad, but then I might actually make the final purchase on a mobile phone. Yeah. Or even though more people might make the final purchase on a desktop, what we're finding is that as we become more of a mobile nation, people become more natively mobile, the actual way our mindset is looking at e-commerce and our mindset is looking at experiencing the whole shopping via digital is completely changing. Right. So I think a lot of organizations, the way that they used to traditionally see e-commerce would rapidly have to change and increase with the times. Yeah. And we want to help customers get there quicker, instead of having to try and work it out themselves or go through tons of challenges to get there themselves. We want to take our years of experience and help customers get to that point of a really amazing omni-channel experience very, very quickly.
Who would you say are the customers that have the problems that we're describing? Who are the customers that are most receptive to these concepts and ideas, and the ones that we've been finding have the most need for the services we deliver?
Well, our services are best suited for e-commerce brands. And the reason why is because not only because of the data analytics that we can provide them to really help improve their customer conversions and the optimization, but because our strategy is really well suited for those organizations. We have a strategy that has a 4-pronged approach. Right. And the way we look at it is that we don't just see one part of improving your customer's funnel or, the actual improvements of your conversion as one part. We don't just want to just do digital delivery where we build you an app or a website. No, right. We want to take on board and say, you know what, not only could we do that, but because we've done this UX strategy work over here, that can influence your marketing. And a lot of the personas and the research that we've done in the beginning can influence your marketing team to be a lot more effective, not only when they target on Facebook ads platform or LinkedIn ads or social, however the channels that they're using from a marketing standpoint. We actually give you a holistic approach. Not only that, we can take that research from a UX standpoint in the beginning and then also apply it to your analytics as well. Right. So your analytics team is a lot more well equipped. Your digital delivery is 10 times more well equipped to deliver something specific for your customers. Yeah. And your marketing is also more equipped to deliver something specific to your customers. And then we piece all 4 areas together to create a holistic omni-channel approach. And that's the way we look at it with digital customer experience. Yeah, Gary. So what about you, Gary? Where do you think are the biggest areas that we can deliver the most value to our customers?
So obviously we cover, we've got the 4 pillars as we describe them of our business, and I think each of those delivers value. Some seem to be picked up more by customers that are earlier in their growth development, and we find others are, appealing more to those that are more established and have a kind of a better functioning business model. Yeah. So, within our digital marketing services, lead generation has been one that has been, highly popular with customers at all stages.
Correct.
Because everyone wants more leads, everyone wants to grow, and that's something that never changes, no matter how small you are or how large you get. Everybody relies on customers coming through the door. So that's something that has quite universal appeal. With our digital delivery, that's often something that we've been called upon by people that are still growing, and they're really trying to establish themselves in new platforms. So we have customers that are already established on web, but they're looking to push into mobile apps, or increasingly we're seeing a lot of interest from customers who are trying to develop some form of chat interface, whether it be voice or text, using Alexa skills or messenger chatbots. We're seeing a lot more take up for kind of people that are trying to develop new interfaces and channels to communicate with their customers.
And voice has been quite an interesting one, isn't it? Especially with chatbots as well, in particular.
Yes.
And how you can use chatbots to drive e-commerce in your business too.
So we are able now to see that there are a lot of possibilities are opening up. As a delivery partner, there are so many more frameworks and tools, SDKs that are being produced that make it much easier for people to actually start to develop these new types of interactions. And I think that's a trend that we're going to see continue for us in the coming year. It's definitely something where we've seen a lot more increased attention in recent months, and I think that's going to be continuing in the months and years to come for sure.
Exactly. So, I'm really excited. What you say, Gary? The opportunities, where we're going, some of our plans that we're working on.
Absolutely.
And there's so much that we want to talk about. I think, where do you feel like we want to take our business, going forward?
So,
for you?
I think we are, as a young business, we have ambitions of becoming an established consultancy. We want to be seen as a centre of excellence, both in terms of what we deliver for our customers and clients, and also just the way that we view the industry, how we look at solutions in creative ways, how we kind of are able to really sort of, even if we can't predict, but to respond and to leverage some of the new trends that we see coming out in our industry. This is a time of massive opportunity for us, and we have a very talented team here, and we're in a great space, which is giving us lots of opportunities to grow and develop. So I would really want to see us getting to a position where we've been able to help numerous businesses to really kind of both grow and to make their business more resilient and more sustainable. I think ultimately that's the intention of Pixeloute. It's not just to help companies improve their bottom line, of course we do, but we want companies to do business better, to serve their customers, to make their customers happier. That really is the core of what the digital customer experience is about. It's not just about how can we make more money, it's how can we make our customers happier. If you have happy customers, then they're going to come back and invest with you more, and that's really where we're trying to get to.
Excellent.
And I suppose what's your personal take on that? What do you see as your vision and your end goal for Pixeloute?
I believe in creating an organisation that really solves problems that are going to change and impact lives. And you can say, I'm going to just sell more products, but imagine creating experiences for customers that actually help them to feel better about what they're doing. They're actually engaging with brands that they want to engage with. And we're seeing like a lot of trends in society change. So for example, Facebook changing their newsfeed so that a lot more publishers can't actually, have published content organically in newsfeeds now. That means that there's going to be a big knock-on effect with how publishers distribute on Facebook. So what I mean is that people will start to integrate with brands they want to integrate with. Maybe those publishers will start having to find groups instead to distribute their content, instead of this mass appeal or this mass media appeal. If we're an organization that helps to lead brands into a space where customers actually want to be interacting with them, they are truly personalizing their experiences to core groups of people who want them, rather than people that happen to stumble upon them. Do you know what I mean? Or because of their size, they just have to use their service. It's like now, there's so much choice now for customers that I don't have to go to the big boys anymore. I can go to the little man down the road if his experience is really, really great. So
it's interesting that you mentioned the Facebook change, because I think what that is going to highlight is that we are currently in a strange place where there are many publishers who believe that they have an audience, and what they really have is traffic. And I think when you see a change like this, it will really sort out those that actually do have an audience, because once this change goes through, there's going to be a lot of publishers that are just going to lose traffic because they never actually took the time to develop an experience and to build a relationship with an audience.
There you go.
So their audience has no loyalty to them.
There
They will consume their content because it's being spoon-fed to them.
There you go.
But as soon as that spoon is removed, they're not going to be following after them to be like, oh, well, I know where this brand is at and I'm going to spend my time to go there. So I think in a way it's going to be a good thing, in that it's going to force publishers to actually think about how they actually building their customer relationships, how are they developing their audience, and some people are going to have to learn the hard way the difference between the two. Some people are going to realise that all the traffic that they had coming through wasn't an audience at all. It was just convenience for the fact that they were on Facebook. So I think this change from Facebook certainly is going to be a good thing in the long run for publishers in general. And brands at large. Correct.
And especially within the e-commerce space, you know, especially if you had a publishing arm of your e-commerce business that was pushing out a lot of content and getting a lot of traction, but you weren't actually building real customer engagement, then you will 100% see drops in your return on investment. You know, people won't be buying your products as much because there won't be as much eyeballs in front of your content. So, you know, it's not just going to affect publishers, it's also going to affect just content publishers in general. You know, whoever's pushing out good content or content that was hitting mass audiences are going to feel the effect if they were just focusing on Facebook as a distribution platform. And I think our role is then educating those other brands that are still really, really good. Brands that people love to engage with, brands that have a core group of individuals, but maybe only had a Facebook distribution understanding, or maybe only optimized their desktop experience really well but didn't really think about iPad and mobile as well as in store really, really good. Our role is to really come into the middle and say, hey guys, look at how your iPad experience could improve, or look at how your desktop or your mobile experience could improve, and help them to see things not only in a different way but help them to execute on that and deliver right the way through, and then give them the analytics to see how that's actually influencing bottom line. You know, and I feel like that's where we're strongest, and that's how we can really help brands going forward. You know.
So as we start off 2018, if you could name one industry trend that you think is going to have a major influence on ourselves or our customers, what would you say that one kind of trend or change is that you see coming?
You know, you guys have heard me say it today, but the biggest trend I see is personalized experiences. Almost to a scary level. I shouldn't say to a scary level, but almost to the point where you feel like, imagine going to Alexa skill, for example, and let's say you've got an Alexa in your home, Amazon Alexa in your home, and you're like, oh man, I need to order new toothpaste. And Alexa says, oh, I know you like McLean's, for example. But then you want to order toothpaste, and then Alexa says, oh, I know you like Thieves. So Thieves is one of these kind of niche toothpaste brands. I use Thieves. So I don't use commercial toothpaste brands because I don't like brands with toothpaste that have fluoride in it. But so if you're a brand that has fluoride in it, I'm not touching you, which is basically most toothpaste brands that are in your average supermarket chain. So the personalized experience for somebody like me would be saying, hey Leif, you need some new toothpaste, don't worry, we've ordered you 2 packs of Thieves. So I feel like that's kind of the stage where personalization is getting to, as we begin to give so much data to a lot of these online platforms, and as a lot of these data collectors or people that are shopping on these platforms begin to share data in and amongst each other legally, hopefully anyway. Legally start to share data amongst each other. You're going to see such an amalgamation of data that the personalization based upon real data, that's the point I should have really emphasized. So it's not just personalization to the point where, oh, I know you buy this product over that product. It's personalization because you're seeing across multiple networks, multiple platforms, across the data that we're aggregating from different providers. This is how this person shops. This is how this person experiences this kind of content. And then even your Internet of Things or your IoT services and tools begin to communicate with you based upon that data as well. And I feel like that is where, you know, in 2018 we're going to start seeing big shifts in that way.
That's excellent.
What about you?
So for me, I guess I am seeing a definite shift into, you know, sort of multi-channel communications and relationship building.
Okay.
So, you know, we've had mobile, we've had web, and as people are now starting to think not just in terms of individual platforms, but almost in terms of their relationship, you know, ecosystem, and all of the different touch points that they have to build and deliver to really interact with their customers where their customers are. So both, you know, if you think about the strategy you have to develop across web, across social, across your mobile, and now across, you know, looking into with the rise of smart speakers and smart home devices, we're really seeing that, you know, people are starting to interact with brands in ways that we didn't really have 2 and 3 years ago. And so the successful brands are really navigating through all of these channels, not just thinking about them in isolation, but really as like an overall cohesive strategy of communication and relationship building. So I think that's probably the biggest trend that we're going to see continue coming through this year.
Wow. So 2018 does look like an exciting year.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of things in tech is changing. We're seeing a lot more new technologies hit the shelf and for people to get involved in. And for a lot of our, you know, brands and organizations going forward, there's just so much to pay attention to, and I feel like it's our role to really help brands to navigate the ecosystem with all of this choice.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know, you go to a restaurant and it's like, oh my gosh,
it's the smorgasbord. What do I choose?
I think the Chinese restaurant is the best analogy. You know, you go to a Chinese restaurant, there's like 100 things, but you always go back to sweet and sour. Like, we want to help brands to see, sweet and sour is good, but there's egg fried rice over here, there's, you know, chicken chow mein, there's so much different options, but let's show you how you make it a nice big, you know, I shouldn't say big dinner, but you know what I mean, how we can make it a whole nice meal, you know.
I understand.
Yeah. So I think we can leave it there. You know, I think that's it. I think it's great to have you guys join us for this first episode. And trust me, if there's anything that you'd love to hear from us going forward, please let us know. Share this on your social media platforms and click that subscribe button now. Click that subscribe button.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Until the next time.
Take care.
Take care.